Hey, what's up guys? It's Michael Marchena and Anita Marchena from the Marchena home team here with Philip from Vivify Painting. So if anybody needs an amazing painter, this is your guy.
So Mr. Philip, tell us about yourself.
Well, I started my own painting company about I'm going on my 5th year now. And in those 5 years, I always painted before. I've been painting for over 30 years. But it's just, I went in a different industry. I went into healthcare. I ran a plastic surgery office. Then I wanted to go into business for myself. So I took the trade that I knew. Came out here in the Temecula, Murrieta Valley. I've always lived here, but wanted to start my company here. And within the 4 years, going on my 5th, I'm up to 16 guys. We have a secretary, and we're just trying to give people a good quality paint job and give them options.
Nice. The real deal. So that's some amazing growth. Like, yeah. In 5 years.
Yeah,
it's insane. I would have thought you'd been in business for like 30 years, like with Vivify.
My first year we did 350,000. My second year we went up to about 550,000. My third year we hit 700,000. I hit 1.2 million in revenue last year.
You want to?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're get a ransom.
Yeah. Well, again, and you could edit this.
Well, no, so, I'll put it in there.
No, yeah, put it in there, yeah. And it just shows business growth.
Yeah, I love it.
And so with that, we hit 1.2 in revenue. Doesn't mean I'm a millionaire.
Right.
I wish, but I'm a painter. So that's
okay. So I don't have, so this is going to turn into a ransom video right now, but I don't have to go to that direction, right?
Right. Nope.
So what gave you the idea? Like, why painting? Why did you get into that industry?
I left home at an early age, and so I was on my own, and I got into painting because I needed to make money, and then it just grew into a trade. I naturally got into it, and I was working, and I was out painting wrought iron, 100-degree weather in Bear Creek, working for millionaires, and I was like, I just don't want to do this for the rest of my life. So then I went into the healthcare. So I went into nursing. I got into working for a plastic surgery office. I worked there for 11 years. I ran it for 6. And then the whole time I was still painting though, because who doesn't need extra money in California?
Right.
And I started a family, I started growing. And then at the plastic surgery office, I was as far as I could go. Yeah. Unless I became the doctor. And then, but I learned lots of business. I worked for a great, smart doctor here in the Valley. All he did was send me to management classes, how to grow business. And so that's why I ran his business so well. And because I treated it like my own. And that's hard to find even with employees. And then it got to a point where I was tapped out unless I became the doctor. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to have this risk of employees, all the stress of all this, why not run my own business when I was painting anyway still?
Right.
And so I was kind of on the ledge, work 2 jobs or take the plunge. Yep. So I took the plunge and here I am with Vivify Painting. And so I took my skill level because all we did work for Bear Creek, La Cresta, Duluth, wineries. And so the guy who taught me how to paint, it was high end or nothing. So then we brought it to a residential, it's hard to compete in residential painting. For one, you have a lot of people that are either solo or just have cash guys, which is fine if you're looking for that type of company, but we're a true company. My guys are payroll, workman's comp guys, and I truly pay them on payroll. It's not just I give them half cash, half this, which you'll get a lot out there, but that's leaving you guys up to liability. And I just want you guys to be able to call a company knowing that you're gonna get a good service and know that we'll be in business next year.
Right, and not only that, but you're insured, right? So if somebody gets hurt, it's not on the customer. You have the insurance for the liability
for the employee. Right. That's more important to stand out because most contractors, if you call up a contractor, most likely you're going to find that they're bonded and insured. That just means they have a license to go and bid your job. Doesn't mean their guys are legal to be at your house. And a lot of people miss that point, especially in painting. Like, at the end of the day, painting can be brainless. But also, on the other hand, they could really mess things up. So we just try to enforce a good quality paint job with good quality and by the law. Yeah. I mean, we're sticking by the law. So for a couple $100 more, you're protected in so many other ways. And we're not the most expensive, but we're not the cheapest. Right. But you can't run
quality, man.
I can't run a business being the cheap guy because I would be out of business tomorrow.
Yeah, but your quality is amazing. So what do you love most about your business?
I love the biggest part is just seeing my growth and just taking over the community and letting people know that they have this option of, we're not just some random paint crew. we're not just sending random guys out to your house. And we've grown so much off of referrals in the Temecula and Murrieta Valley, and just meeting all the people, seeing the growth, meeting people like you. I came across you. You guys are going to tell your story in a minute. And that's another thing is we just on our first initial visit, we try to stand out from the rest. And again, I don't care if you use us or not. I want you to know your options.
Right.
And I never slam another paint crew. There's a lot of good painters in this valley. There's a lot of guys that have been in the valley a long time. And so I'm the new guy on the block, and I'm trying to be better than them, but also just give options and let people know what's out there.
That you do. So, you want to tell them our story?
So our house was green from the inside when we first bought it. So we went to the paint store. We picked what we thought was gray on the swatch. We did do swatches around the house, and it looked great. And we were like, cool, let's do this. So long story short, we had Phil come and tell us right out of the gate, this is the color.
You're missing an important part. So
the biggest part, you're missing the biggest part.
So we had, so I'm going to take over here. Yeah. So we had the house painted, completely painted.
The original color
original color that we had picked, that was what we thought was gray, which turned out to be a baby blue. So after we got the house completely put together, hung up literally the last picture, which would be that one back there on the wall, hung it up, we stepped back, and I was like, nope, we got to get it painted again because the house is baby blue and I cannot live in a baby blue house. Like, it's just depressing.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Was it purple the first time?
No, it was blue.
It was blue.
It was baby blue.
Yes.
So there was a lot that happened, so we may miss some portions here and there, but basically in a nutshell, what happened is we had the house completely painted.
All right, 6:15 a.m. The painter should be here in about 15 minutes. This is gonna be the second paint job. We just bought this house like, I don't know, 12, 13 days ago. Got the house painted, picked out some great colors. Actually turned out baby blue, so now we're getting it painted a second time, unfortunately. I'm super tired, as you can tell, but this has to be done because I feel like I live in a blueberry right now. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you guys, basically, when you choose the wrong gray, this is what can happen. So hopefully the second gray we chose actually looks more gray, which it should because we did some sample swatches this time. Here we go.
It was baby blue. So we had to call another company out here. We actually had Phil come out here, and Phil's like, yeah, I see this all the time, and at the end of the day, let me put some of these swatches on the wall, and I'll tell you what I would suggest. And he made this suggestion. We didn't listen. So we ended up, I think.
Let me correct, when we say we, you didn't.
Yeah, just throw me under the bus like that, thanks.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So, and again, there was a lot that happened, and so I think what happened was, your schedule, you were a little bit too far out, right? So we kept going.
I was a little farther out, and you guys were just moving in. You're anxious. You just want to be done with it. You went with the guy.
Another company.
Yeah, great company.
Right.
They went with the other company, but we
chose another color.
They threw you in the wrong direction.
It
was a nicer blue.
So here's the thing. So we did not take his advice because on the wall, to me, it didn't look gray. It actually looked like it was going to be like a beige, which would have been better than what we ended up with the second color. So the only reason why we didn't use him after his suggestion was because he was scheduled out too far. I needed it done right away. Big mistake. So we have another company come in. They were a great company, but again, we chose the color. So because we chose the color, we didn't go with any advice that he gave us. We ended up with a nicer blue.
Even though they wanted gray.
Even though we wanted gray. So it was a nicer blue, and so we were debating on actually keeping it. And so we got the house all together, and again, after living in it for a couple days, she saw my face, because I would be watching TV and I'm looking around at the house like, ugh. So she's like, you want to paint it, huh? I'm like, yep. So we call Phil, and we're like, look, man, I'm done messing around. We need to get this done right. So long story short, too late. He comes in with his crew, does the color that he recommended, and that's what you see back here now. And I have been in love and super happy with it.
First of all, when we called Phil, he brought a sample.
And I will cut this down.
Yeah, he brought a sample of the one that he said from the very beginning. He painted a huge area on the different areas, and he said, do not pay attention to it. Don't look at it for 24 hours because it has to dry and cure and all of that. And as soon as he started painting it, we're like, yes. And he's like, stop. Don't look at it. Just leave it. And literally 24 hours later, we called and we're like, okay, let's just get it done. So
So my recommendation to anybody who uses Phil and his crew, if he gives you advice, listen to it, because chances are he's seen the end result, because this is what he does daily.
And I'll make something clear. We never pick colors for a customer because everybody sees color different. What we do is we try to get an opinion of what kind of look you're going for, and then we help guide you to there, because we see it on a big picture, and there's a base color in every color, and that's where grays is the biggest misconception of people. And I'm sure people watching this went through this whole thing where they've done 13 grays and they still didn't get the one they wanted.
We should do a video just on picking the right gray.
And so my biggest thing is there's a great starting point, and whether you like those colors or not, it's going to give you a true gray, and then you could go whatever direction you want to go, and that's what we did with it.
So I love you. Because I honestly feel like if we would have never called you and got you in here, we would have, instead of painting, it was 4 times total, right? 3 times. Okay. So 3 times total, we would have went to number 4, possibly 5, 6. It would
3 different companies.
Probably would have never ended had I not got the great advice from Phil. So I appreciate it. Okay. Saved me a little bit of money. Spent a lot.
Spent a lot of money to get that end result.
Spent way too much than I should have. So.
All right. So besides paint, because we know you do a fabulous job with that, what else is it that you guys do?
So I'll give you a rundown of what our company does. So not only do we do cabinetry, which is huge right now. We do a lot of cabinetry. So that's a complete prime and paint, getting rid of those old golden oak cabinets, making them white, whatever color, grays, just modernizing kitchens is a huge one right now. Number 2, we do tinted lacquer and we do stains. Not a lot of people do that. And so we do staining, we specialize in staining, and we specialize in doing tinted lacquer. So
now, what is staining in tinted lacquer?
So tinted lacquer is what a lot of these tract homes have original. So like factory builder cabinets. And then the reason why we don't push lacquer when redoing cabinets is it tends to break down around water and heat. And so on original cabinets, typically around the sink areas, you see it popping and peeling, stuff like that. Well, we could come and refinish that and make it so you also redo your kitchen. Or we could come in and redo a whole kitchen and get it more modern. If you like the stain look, we could keep it a stain.
Got it. Okay.
In addition, we do complete interior paint jobs, so walls, ceilings, trim work. We specialize in all that, along with exterior painting. And when we do exterior painting, again, we do a whole nother system. We come out, take pictures of the house, we give you color ideas, and we help guide you on having the best paint job. And we walk the whole job at our quotes to show you how we fix things, what we do fix, and what we can't fix. So the expectations are always there. We also do a lot of commercial work. So we do hotels, we work for surgery centers, we work for a lot of companies where we come in at night so they don't have to shut down and lose revenue. So not only do they get the refresh, but they also don't lose the revenue that they would lose during the day.
Okay, cool. Okay, and you do garages too?
We do garages, we do epoxy coatings in garages, or even workshops. Perfect. So we do painting cement and make them all nice for showrooms and things of that nature.
Very cool. Okay. So Phil, if somebody wants to get a hold of you for your amazing services, how do they do so?
They can either reach out via our website at vivifypainting.com, or you could call our office line, which is Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. It's 951-775-7522. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on all these other social media areas. But if you want to get a time that accommodates your schedule the most, you just reach out, and you'll get Heather on the line, and we go from there.
Very cool. I'll have all this information on the descriptions below as well. So thanks for watching. And if you like our videos, like and subscribe to our channel. That's our big thing right now. We're trying to build a YouTube channel, and we're going to be doing some pretty cool giveaways and stuff like that. But thanks for coming, Phil. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no, no problem. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys soon.